The Kabbalah Center is basically dedicated to teach the wisdom, but it's not particularly Jewish or any other faith. I mean, Jewish would be maybe historically looked at the longest lasting faith from the beginning, but actually Kabbalah is older than Judaism. Kabbalah is a Hebrew word that means to receive. I mean, basically words it teaches, it's a wisdom that's called to receive. And it teaches that there is in creation, there is a force, there is an energy. We call this energy light. Some people refer to this energy as God, but we more teaches how to have a communication, a direct connection with the light, that a person can receive any blessings they want in their life. So, as opposed to understanding that it's not, God doesn't punish or reward different people and how it's fair or not fair, a person can have their own way to decide if they receive light or they don't receive light, if they receive something from God or don't. The idea of God makes it like a person that decides, but in Kabbalah, if you think of it as light, like sunlight, the sun doesn't decide, I want to give somewhere, I don't want to give somewhere.
Yes.
If someone doesn't receive, it's only because I wasn't open to receive. If there's a shadow, it's not because of the sun, it's because you can move the tree or move from under the tree, but you can receive the light from the sun. So it's the same idea that there's a force that wants to share, and we have to learn how to receive.
And
well, there was a take that you have to be a certain age, you have to be 40 to learn Kabbalah. It's not necessarily because it's a physical age. It is 40 is considered to be a spiritual level. So a person can be 50 and still be 11 years old, can be like a child, and a person can be a child and still can understand things very deep. The world, in history, people who were trying to protect and guard this wisdom, it was a secret wisdom, and they made many different laws and rules that would keep people away from studying Kabbalah. This generation is able to learn Kabbalah and understand it and comprehend it. To the same idea, if I would talk to you about a cell phone 100 years ago, it would be a crazy idea. And you would have no way to use this information. But now that it's not so mystical, nobody is surprised when you can check your emails on your phone. It's normal, we can accept it. And you do it by yourself because you see how much it works and how much it helps you. So it's something you would want to do. So we teach people about it, they use it, they see if it works for them, they'll use it and they continue using it in their life. So it's a tremendous generation that there is technology that I can even use the example of a phone to explain that to you. In the past, maybe you would have to say you take a knife with you everywhere because you can cut your fruit, you can clean something that's hard to peel off, you can, but it's a knife. You don't really think of a knife as a technology. Maybe for some generation it was. But today, even the basics of Kabbalah, one of the tools we use to teach in we have courses, 10-week courses normally. And one of the classes, electricity, something that is used to explain a concept in Kabbalah. We only have electricity for 100, 150 years, 200 years. That's it. Kabbalah is a few thousand years old. So, you wouldn't have the language to explain a very key point in Kabbalah if you wouldn't have electricity. But when you have the technology of today available, you have a lot more tools to teach that it's practical.
And how is the Kabbalah coexist with another philosophies?
I don't know which philosophy. I mean, I don't want to include all philosophies. There are a lot of things that are similar. You would look at it as this wisdom of Kabbalah that always existed, and it wasn't available. It wasn't available for a few reasons. It would be if it would go to the wrong hands, they can misuse it. This generation, it's impossible to misuse it anymore. Also, there was. Which one was the question? Because I want to make sure I'm answering the question.
Coexist with another.
Oh, so as this was protected, and it wasn't also easy to spread it because it wasn't technology, there wasn't internet, there wasn't TV, but there were pieces of it that still are out there. So you would say, you know, for example, if somebody's Buddhist, you know, and Buddhist, I also don't look at Buddhism. Maybe people label it as a religion to accept maybe it is, but it's a way of life. A person can be a Buddhist and belong to any religion. So if somebody's a Buddhist and will study Kabbalah, they say, "Wow, it's so similar." It would be similar because it's based on a spiritual truth.
Yes.
Spiritual truth, all spiritual truth would be in line with Kabbalah. It will never contradict anything. There may be different opinions about things, and they can coexist in Kabbalah. You can have different belief systems or different religions even, but there would be Kabbalah, let's say, in different spiritualities, not religions, spiritualities. But you can also find Kabbalah in anything. You can find it in, obviously, like I said, electricity, but you can find it in the way they build a building. But if they put these drapes up originally because they were afraid that it would look too religious to the secular Jews. I personally don't think it's a problem. Maybe because I was brought up in the US and Canada, but you know, if somebody has a problem, they can ask and they'll get an answer. If they don't like the answer, they can go. But you know, I have no. Basically, there you have books of the Zohar. And you have books that are used for meditation. I'm hesitating not to say the word prayer book because we don't call it prayer book. We call it Siddur. Siddur means books of order.
Okay.
So it's books that helps you organize the day, to put order in the day. That's what it's there for. So we use it here when we do the group meditation. So they have those books there. Red string is basically a tool. I mean, the best way to understand it, it's like a reminder. See, one of the things that can bring a person down spiritually, to lower them spiritually, is when they're jealous of another person. And it's something that everybody does. You know, you don't even mean it. You see something that you want that somebody else has, you want it. You may not voice it. You may say, okay, even if you think, okay, God gives me what I want and I'm happy with it, but I still want. Even that's the lowest level of jealousy. So this is a reminder to help me not to be jealous. Because if I don't envy somebody, if I don't open that, we call it evil eye. If I don't give evil eye to somebody else, I cannot get evil eye myself also. But it's a reminder at least that I don't give evil eye, that I don't give jealousy out. What?
Okay.
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Okay.
This is probably the most important.
Love thy neighbor as yourself.
Yeah. To learn how to care for another person the same way you love yourself.
Okay.
To the root level. It's easy to say. It's
Okay.
the most difficult thing to do.
Okay.
think the first would be I mean, like I said, we're not a religion. It's to break down religion, the whole idea of religion. We're doing it through people, just people caring about people, people practicing love thy neighbor, people learning how to do it better in their world, in their family, their co-workers, their friends, their neighbors, and like that spreading. That's how we've spread Kabbalah, not by, force and power. That's the power.
Okay.
That has to be people.
Don't want
We
people
don't-
to identify themselves.
I don't see them as different religions. That doesn't
Okay.
exist.
Okay.
You have to understand, in Israel, it's a mainly Jewish state, so
Yeah.
most of the students are Jewish.
Yes.
Even though we do have a few Christian students, we have a few Muslim students. They have to do their own breaking down of their walls and their heads of religion because it's so hard here. In the United States, Latin America, I think 90% of our students are Christian or Catholic, but I don't go, oh, so this is a Christian class, so let me teach it differently. I don't.
Okay.
I teach everybody the same because it's about humanity. So, and I'm not trying to convert them from what they believe in. If they're a Christian, they should be a better Christian. I mean, regardless of if they're a Christian, they should just be a better human being.
Better human being.
So this is how we just, through people, spreading the word through people the best way we can. And helping people, encouraging people to evolve, to transform, to become better.